Hey y'all, this is gonna be a horrible video because I don't have all my typical equipment that I have at work. So bear with me while I try and help y'all. I had the baby 5 days ago and I would have him make a present, but he is asleep. So I'm gonna get started real fast, okay? You've learned about Lexington and Concord, so we have a war now between the colonists and Great Britain. So before we even get started, I want you to think of all the reasons that people break up. So if you were dating someone, and my kids aren't allowed to date till they're like 50, but let's pretend your parents allow you to date. What are all the reasons why you might break up with someone else? Why are all the reasons you might break up with someone else? I want Miss Booster to pause this video and I want you to talk to your partner about all the reasons why two people break up with each other or one person breaks up with someone. Go. Okay, so now that you've probably thought of some reasons, y'all probably come up with all kinds of ones. I can only assume like they cheated on you, you don't like them, they're annoying, they're controlling, you like somebody else, you just want to be single. There's so many reasons. Well, there is a lot of reasons why the colonists want to break up with Great Britain. So that's what's happening. And we're going to talk about the most famous breakup letter ever. And it's called the Declaration of Independence. And so, you know, when you break up with someone, the nice thing to do is to tell them why you're breaking up with them. And so we're going to start here with the Declaration of Independence. And I want you to write here, this is so important. This is a break up letter. And this will be really important later because you're going to get this document confused with two other famous documents. Okay, so make sure you write breakup letter because that's what this is. So this is literally the colonists breaking up and declaring that they're independent. Okay, I'm an independent country now. Now, just because you break up with someone, is there sometimes crazy people that someone could date and they don't want to break up with you? Yeah, sure thing. And that's Great Britain's gonna be like, I ain't letting you go that easy. So it's gonna get really crazy and you're gonna continue with battles. So this is the Declaration of Independence. This is where the colonists literally write a breakup letter to Great Britain. So it is a breakup letter to Great Britain, and it is from the colonists. And you have to remember it this way because that's literally what it is, okay? And who wrote the breakup letter for all of the colonists? Mr. Thomas Jefferson. He was famous. The colonists said, hey, we need you to write a really important letter, like the most important letter ever. Will you do it? And he said yes. So he became famous for writing it. You just have to memorize the author. That's not too hard. Okay, so in this breakup letter, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you the instructions on this. So in this letter, the first thing is there's the preamble, which means introduction. So if you don't know what that means, that's the introduction. So this is where they say in the letter, hey, I'm breaking up with you. And so what it is here's the way it's written. Oh my gosh, can this be hard to understand? We're going to put it in simpler words, and that's your job today. Unlike language arts, where you might read a whole bunch, in social studies, we read a tiny bit and it can be like super, super, super hard to understand, okay? Here's the main idea. And then here is, these are all the, we'll talk about what this are. These are all the, this is why I hate you and I'm breaking up with you. And then this is the conclusion down here. So here's what we have to do first is on this page that you have in your packet, sorry, this is like such a stupid way of videoing. You have all these are the difficult word and the easy one for it. So let's get started. The word dissolve means end. Do you see that? I know with this way I'm doing this, it's like really hard, but dissolve, and that says end. So you'll go to the preamble section, and where you see the word dissolve, you're going to oh, there it is. It says dissolve. I'm going to cross it out and I'm going to write end. You see how I did that? And I'll go back here and I'll cross that one off. I did that, or check mark. Bands means ties in the preamble. So I'm going to go over here And I'm going to find where it says bands. Oh, and that's a typo. Every year I don't fix that. It should say bonds. So you go here to where it says bonds. You cross it out and you write ties. And then impel. You find that word and you write force. So impel, where are you? Impel right here. And the easier word for that is force. Now we're going to read it in the simpler way. Okay, so when it becomes necessary for people to end the political ties which have connected them with another, a decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which force them to separation. That's very wordy. Let me put it in my terms. It means when we have decided to end our tie, to end our relationship, we'll be respectful and we're going to tell you why we're separating from you. So an easier way to say that is when you break up with someone, you should respectfully tell them why. You should respectfully. Now, one time I did break up with someone. I didn't tell them why. I just stopped talking to them. That's probably not the best thing to do. Just FYI for future advice. But we're breaking up with Great Britain and we're going to tell them why. Okay, so that's what we're doing is we can understand this a lot better than this, but we will work a lot this year understanding how these people used to talk. Okay, so that's that. So look, we are done with the preamble part. So now we go to the main idea. And so here's the main idea. You're going to do the same thing. I want you to find all these words in the main idea section, which it's just these 3 parts. So do the same thing. Pause this video and you're going to cross out all the difficult words, write in the easier ones. And then I want you to stop there and I'll tell you what to do. So go ahead and stop the video and I want you to find all these words. Cross that out. Ready, set, stop the video, go. Okay. So now that you should have crossed all of this out and have the easier terms, you're going to reread them and we're going to rephrase it. Well, guess what? Here are your answers to rephrase. They're right here. So there's 3 answers and you have 3 boxes. So you're going to read the main idea and then you're going to say, okay, I'm reading what they're saying. Now, what is it in simpler terms? So we must create a government created by the people to defend our rights. If a government turns evil, the people can get rid of it and create a new one. It's obvious that all men should have basic rights that no one can take away. Those are your 3 answers. Which box does it go in? You're going to have to read the fancy wording and break it down to easier. So go ahead and pause the video and do your matching. And then we'll stop. Mrs. Busso will draw sticks and we'll figure out who's on the right track. Please work with your partner. Once you've read this, I would read it out loud, right, left, right. At some point, read it out loud with your partner and then put in the matching words, okay? Pause the video and do that now. Okay. Now that you have done that, you are going to do the same thing with the supporting details. This is my favorite part, y'all. But there's a word I need to teach you. And the word is grievance. And that is, the word for that means formal complaint. This is all I hate you. I hate you because this is why I'm breaking up with you because. So it's the same thing. We're going to go through first here. We've already done this. We're going to go to supporting words. There's only assent and relinquish. So we're going to find those words, cross them out and write approval and let go. So we're going to go through, here are all the reasons from the actual Declaration of Independence, most of the reasons why the colonists broke up with Great Britain. I hate you because of this. I hate you because I'm breaking you up. I never want to see you again because of this. This is literally what our Declaration of Independence is. So next time you celebrate this, remember that you are literally celebrating July 4th, because that's when it was written, because we are breaking up with Great Britain and we are so excited that we are going to blow some stuff up, fireworks, to celebrate this fabulous breakup because we're so excited. And hey, some people do have parties when you finally break up with someone. You know, it's not always easy. So you're going to do the same thing through here. So step 1, get rid of these words, replace them. Step 2, go to your supporting bank and find out which goes with which. Now, when you are done with that, working on that with your partner, and once you have, before you match them all up, I would like you to read this out loud with your partner. So you've already switched out the words. The person on the left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. I need you to read from one of the most famous documents ever written in American history. We need to be saying them out loud. So you and your partner are going to read these, and then you're going to say, okay, where do these go? Where do these match up? That's easier. Ms. Busso will need to go over this with you because some of y'all get a couple of them confused, but some of them are like super, super, super duper easy. Okay. All right. And then the same thing you're going to do for the last part, the conclusion, left, right. After you've gone through and you have, replace these words like oppressions with unjust actions, petitions with asked for, and redress with relief. Once you've replaced those words and are able to cross this out, you and your partner will read this aloud and think, okay, here are my 2 answers. Which goes with what? Okay. And once you've done that, you and your partner need to read all of these boxes in easier terms so that you understand the Declaration of Independence, because we have some other things we're going to do with it. I'm not saying this is super easy, but with your crossing out the hard words and then your answer bank, it should make it a lot easier. Again, you are doing the most famous document from American history. It was written on July 4th. This is why we blow things up and, you know, people get a day off work because we're so excited because we broke up with someone. And most people don't think about it like that. That is why we celebrate this holiday, because see you later, Great Britain, we're breaking up with you. Now, unfortunately, Great Britain's a little crazy. Great Britain is crazy, and they don't want to break up with the United States. Or with the colonists. They aren't going to break up. So what are we going to do? We aren't done with battles. Miss Busso is going to teach you about the other battles that happen, because Great Britain's like, I ain't letting you go. I'm going to fight for you to have you. So you're going to see those next battles. But this is an extremely important document, and we have to remember it's the breakup letter. And I promise you this will be really important later. You have to know who wrote it, and you have to recognize what it's about. And that's why we're going through what we are going through. When you're done with this document, you will be completing your Declaration of Independence vocabulary wrap-up. So, Ms. Busso, you could go ahead and pause the video if you want, and then I'll explain this. So you can pause this now. Okay. So on the vocabulary wrap-up, I'm going to put on Google Classroom, or Miss Busso may print it out or show it on the screen. But you need to tell me, make sure you know what unalienable rights are. If you don't know what these are, it's a big problem. One of the easiest questions that you will ever get on a test is on unalienable rights. And you need to make sure you know what those are. Here's a trick to remembering them. If you are not an alien, you are what? Human. And we believe that every human gets unalienable rights. You must know what a grievance is. And I like to think of it, the formal complaint is I hate you because, a way to remember it. Thomas Paine, you need to have a short idea of who he is, and you can get that from however Miss Busso is going to give it to you. And then a way I like to remember it is Great Britain is a pain in your butt, and the colonists should seek independence. Duh. That's what basically Thomas Paine said. And then John Locke, he believed you need to lock in your rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. He's going to be the one that really comes up with unalienable rights. And then TJ is going to steal that idea in the Declaration of Independence. And then Thomas Jefferson, what does he have to do with the Declaration of Independence? Oh, come on now. He wrote it. All right. So it's making sure these are like non-negotiable. I mean, you have to know what these phrases are to be successful with the Declaration of Independence. So I'm sorry, this video was like absolutely horrible. But I hope it helps you to understand this and break down. All of you are capable of completing this assignment and doing very, very well on it. This was just your guide. If you have any questions, you ask Ms. Busso, you're more than welcome to contact me through Google Classroom or email. I hope y'all are doing absolutely fantastic.